Hello and welcome back. So in our previous session, we had created the animation of him walking, then running, and then he slowly slows down. And in this final part, he is going to turn around, move into the shop, and he is going to talk at the shopkeeper. This part of animation we are now going to create. So for this, let us come back to our sequencer here. We were working on this sequencer and we have right now set this sequence to around 400 frames. I will increase it to around 800 frames so that we have more space, and I also drag it to the back. So you can see here in the animation, if I move closer and if I will move it to front of the house here, and if I play the animation, he walks, he slows down, he becomes tired and he stops. But you can see him, he is getting dragged back. See, you can see here, he is getting a little dragged back. And to adjust it, what we are going to do is, in the final position that we have it at 360, I will select this 360 position, select Bryce, and I will move him little to the front here so that he is in front of the actual, that is the door of this shop. I will just move it with middle mouse, pan it with right mouse. I will tilt it with middle mouse and I will adjust the position, and I will adjust it in such a way so that he is front of the door. So now when he is front of the door, he is now going to take a right turn. So for this, I will come to animation here, and in animation, I am going to choose the animation right turn. So now in this right turn here, one problem that happens is he is going to turn, but he is going to take a complete turn. See, you can see him. So even here I will add a slight transition. So it is around, if I zoom in to this timeline here, by dragging this I will zoom in and I will move to around 350. This is starting at 360. I will move to 350 and I will start this animation from 350 so that he turns like this. But only problem here is when he is turning 180 degree. That is, we have chosen the wrong transmission or wrong animation in Animo. Instead of 90 degree, he is now turning here 180 degree. So to correct this, what we shall do is, exactly at this frame at 360 when he is starting to turn, that is this animation starts from 350. I will come to 350 and at 350 I am going to add a rotation key here. You have a rotation key here and it has three values: roll, pitch and yaw. And yaw is what we are going to change. He is at 90 degree here. Now, when he comes and turns to this position now, see, when he turns this position, I want him to turn back by 90 degrees. So I will make this back to 0 here. So when I make it back to 0 and when I play it, see, he is going to turn and he is going to stand. Okay. So the turning animation is rectified now. But only thing is now, as soon as he turns, that is at frame number 399 or at frame number 400, this turning will stop. I will come to 400 and at this point, I will add one more animation of walking. So the walking animation is here. I will move it to the top in the same track. But however, in this walking animation, again what is happening is, his angle, we have a problem. So if I come to 399, okay, so he's at this position. I will add a rotation key here for all the three. I will add a rotation key and at frame 400, suddenly he's turning in the opposite direction because we have set it to 0. I will set this angle back to 90 or 180 degree. I have to set it to 180 degree so that he is now in the right direction. So now what he is going to do is, he is going to walk. And when he is walking, I want him to walk straight. See, as he walks, I want this walking animation to start here. and he is going to walk straight inside the shop. Okay, so I will just zoom it out a little, right click and turn here. So I want him to walk inside the shop, that is from 400 to around 460, that is for about 2 seconds. He will walk straight, and I am going to set, I will come to 400, and at 400 in location X and Y, both I will add a keyframe, because now this X movement is over. He is now going to move along the Y. So that's why I have to add a Y keyframe also. And now I will come to 460 frame, and I am going to move him along the Y axis inside like this. He will go inside like this. So he has moved inside. He is inside. So now I will also extend this walking a little. Okay. So now if I play this, he will turn. See, he is going to, so he is going to turn and he is going to walk. But that walk is like floating, because that distance to cover in 2 seconds is not possible. So instead of 2 seconds, I will make it around 5 seconds. Means instead of 400 plus 5 means 5 threes are 150. I will make it animation till 550. So I will add from 400 to 550 the walking animation, and till 500 he is going to move like this. So now he is not going to float. He is walking slowly because it takes around 5 seconds. So he is moving now. So like this, see the animation, so that he is not floating. Okay, he is go inside the shop. So he is now moving inside the shop, and once he moves inside the shop, now here you can see, if I continue, he will again move from here to the person who is in here. So now what happens is, this attender is slightly to the right and he is to the left. Now here what I have to do is, I have to again add a rotation tab here, and for about coming to 550, I am now going to add a rotation tab here, and I am going to extend this walking further until about 720. I will extend it, and at 550 I will add a rotation tab, and until around 600 he is going to now not only move forward, that is at 550, I will also add a key to X here. Both X and Y I will add a key. Then I will go to around 550 plus 60, that is 610. At about 610, I will move him along the Y axis a little like this, and also along the X axis to here, because he is going to move in this direction, and here I want to add a slightly rotation like this. He is going to actually have this rotation angle at 610, and the previous keyframe I had for rotation was 550. I will come to around 560, and I will again set his rotation slightly to an angle like this, so that now he is going to walk a little, takes an angle, and he is going to now by around 720, at 720 frame, I will slightly extend walking a little more here, and at 720 he is going to, I will go inside the shop now. I will press the right key and rotate and set his position so that he is exactly in front of this, that is the receptionist here. So I will now select the Y axis and move him close till here. And also as he moves in here, I also want him to make a slight tweak in his rotation. So I had set his rotation here till around 550. I had set the rotation to be little to the left, and at 560 I will set his rotation value here back to around 180, because he will now be straight. Okay, so now what he will do, he will walk a little cross and then he will move and come back and stand here. See, this movement, what is happening is sometimes he appears like floating. So as he moves in, see, he should not appear, he comes in, this is fine. And when he is turning, so these keyframes I have to make it closer. So here I will move to 570 and I will move these keyframes, these three keyframes to 570, so that he is not floating. I will set it to around 570 here. I will just make this, I will zoom it a little more so that I can precisely control this. So I will now move it to around 570. Okay, and so now at 570 he turns, and then by around say 600 he would have reached the shopkeeper. So I will move this 720 frame to around 600 so that he will not float. So he comes here and he will move here, and as soon as it comes at frame 600, that is at frame 600, I am going to add the next animation, which is talking. I will add the talk animation. What I will do is I will end this that is walking animation here, and I will drag the talking animation, and he is going to start talking. So he will come here, and again here there is a sudden transition. So what I will do is I will move this to around 580, and I will move this, start this talking from 580. So there is a smooth transition. So he comes here and he's talking. So this completes our animation. So we are going to make an animation of this till around 660 frames. So let us set our complete animation range to 660. I will set this range here to 660. So from 1 to 660 is our range of animation. So now we have our animation range starting from 1 to until 660. So with this, we have completed this entire animation. So now you can see here we have successfully added this animation here, and with this animation done, now let us go to file and choose save all to save every. Let us once play this animation fully and see it. So now I will just drag this, I will press right and move out, and coming out now I will come to frame 1 here, and from frame 1 I will start my playback. So he is moving, and then he suddenly starts running, and then he will come to the end and he is going to slowly turn around. You can see him turning, and after he turns he walks into the shop. I will stop it here. I will come inside the shop now. I will come inside the shop. I will just zoom in here inside the shop, press right click and rotate, and now if I see him, I will again play and see. So he is going to walk in like this, and he is going to ask something. So this animation is now working fine. So I will bring back the selection tool here, and then go to file, choose save all. So now we have completed our complete sequence animation. Now this is animating, and our next job is to create shots. That is, we are going to take his moving shots from different angles by making use of camera. So using the camera, how we are going to animate this. This part, we are going to discuss it in our next session. Thank you.